You are exhausted. Not the kind of tired that sleep can fix. Not the kind that disappears after a long weekend. This exhaustion lives deeper. It sits quietly in your bones. It follows you through the day and waits for you at night. Because while your body may be resting, your mind never stops working. Every conversation becomes a calculation. Did I say that wrong? Did I sound rude? Is she mad at me? Maybe I should send another message just to make sure everything is okay. Maybe I should just do the favor, even though I really do not want to. Maybe that will keep the peace. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start adjusting yourself to fit everyone else's comfort. You soften your words. You shrink your opinions. You swallow your real feelings before they even reach your mouth, all just to make sure everyone around you feels perfectly comfortable. Now here's a question most people avoid asking themselves. What has that kindness actually given you? Think about it carefully. You spend your time protecting everyone else's emotions, but who is protecting yours? Slowly, almost invisibly, something dangerous begins to happen. You become everyone's comfort, but you become absolutely no one's priority. You say yes when you are tired. You say yes when you feel used. You say yes even when every part of you quietly whispers, "Please stop." Why? Because somewhere deep inside, you carry a quiet fear. A fear that if you say the simple word no, something terrible will happen. People will reject you. People will leave. People will stop liking you. So you tell yourself a comforting story. You say, "I'm just being a good person." But here's the truth many people only realize far too late. You are not being kind. You are abandoning yourself. And if nothing changes, if this pattern quietly continues, one day you may wake up and realize something deeply unsettling. Your entire life was slowly shaped by other people's expectations, not by your own choices. And by the time you notice, years may already be gone. Before that day arrives, you need to understand something important. But first, let me ask you a strange question. Did you apologize to a chair today? Or maybe a table you bumped into? Or perhaps a wall you walked past too quickly? Be honest, many people do, which means something inside you has been trained to apologize for simply existing. And that's where the real problem begins. So maybe, just maybe, it is time for a reset. And the reset begins with a very old wisdom tale. Long ago, there was a small village where people lived in constant fear. Near the path that everyone used each day, there lived a venomous snake. For years, this snake behaved aggressively. Anyone who came too close was bitten. Children were warned never to walk near that road. Farmers took longer routes through the fields. Travelers crossed the area quickly, watching the ground carefully. Fear ruled the village. Then, one day, a wandering holy man passed through. As he walked along the dusty road, he noticed the snake resting quietly beneath a tree. But something about the snake surprised him. It did not look angry. It looked tired. Not just physically tired, it looked tired of living a life of fear and violence. So the holy man approached carefully and spoke to the snake. "If you truly want peace," he said gently, "you must stop harming others. You must stop biting people." The snake listened closely. For the first time in its life, it felt something unfamiliar: hope. Maybe it didn't have to live as a creature everyone feared. Maybe it could live peacefully instead. So the snake made a promise. From that day forward, it would never bite again. Months passed. Slowly, the villagers began noticing something strange. The snake had changed. It no longer attacked anyone. It no longer chased people away. It simply lay quietly beside the road. At first, the villagers were cautious. They kept their distance. But as the days passed and nothing happened, their fear began to fade. And when fear disappears, respect often disappears with it. Soon, the villagers began throwing small stones at the snake. Children poked it with sticks. Some people dragged it by the tail just to laugh. And the snake did nothing, because it believed that being good meant never resisting. Weeks turned into months. The snake grew thin. Its scales became bruised and broken. Its body weakened from hunger and injuries. Eventually, barely able to move, the snake crawled beneath a rock, injured and starving, waiting quietly for death. Then, 1 year later, the holy man returned. When he saw the snake, he was shocked. The once powerful creature was now shriveled and weak. "What happened to you?" the holy man asked with concern. The snake whispered weakly, "I did exactly what you told me to do. I stopped biting people. I tried to be kind, and because I was kind, they destroyed me." The holy man looked at the snake with deep pity. Then he slowly shook his head. "Oh, foolish snake," he said softly, "I told you not to bite, but I never told you not to hiss." Listen carefully, because this is where the real lesson begins. You have spent your entire life confusing hissing with biting. Biting is cruelty. Biting is harming others intentionally. Biting is manipulation, aggression, and control. And if you're an emotionally thoughtful person, you probably never want to bite anyone. That's a beautiful thing. But hissing? Hissing is something completely different. Hissing is a boundary. Hissing is looking someone calmly in the eye and saying, "No, I cannot do that." Hissing is telling a friend, "I care about you, but I cannot carry your emotional weight today." Hissing is refusing to sacrifice your peace just to keep someone else comfortable. For some reason, many people believe having no boundaries makes them kind. But the truth is much harder. It doesn't make you kind. It makes you easy to use. When you never say no, people don't admire your kindness. They depend on your silence. They take your time. They take your energy. And slowly, quietly, they leave you empty. But here's the powerful truth most people never realize. You can be a good person and still be dangerous to those who try to take advantage of you. You can be deeply compassionate and still have walls of iron. You do not need to attack anyone, but you must show the world that you have teeth. Many people say they feel unheard, but the deeper truth is painful. They silenced themselves long ago just to keep a fragile peace. So maybe it's time to stop managing how everyone else feels about you. Let people feel disappointed. Let people feel uncomfortable. Let people realize your time and energy are not unlimited, because their reaction to your boundary is not your responsibility. Protecting your peace is. Remember the lesson. You were never asked to bite, but you were never meant to live without a hiss. If this story gave you even a moment of clarity, write "I choose me" in the comments below. And if you want more wisdom tales that help you stay calm and strong in a chaotic world, consider subscribing. Until next time, protect your peace, guard your energy, and never apologize for defending your soul.